All right, simple, profitable strategy you should adopt. You need to give yourself. Trading is not about stress. Trading is about being profitable. And at least if there's a way you can less stress, it will help you a lot. Okay. Right. So let's look at it. Anytime you come to the market, but you're a seasonal trader, you need to know timing of your coming to the market is very, very important. All right. So let me balance this equation. You're a day trader, scalper, day trader, intraday trader. So let me just combine, the simple profitable trading strategy with support and resistance. If you have been following us, this is our cash flow solution from Plan B Express. So my name is Felix. And so here is dedicated to just enlighten people on simple way to trade and simple way to make money from the digital financial market and of course the internet. Okay, so now let's go quickly. We're looking at irrespective of any market, being in Forex, being in synthetics, all right, being in Forex, being in synthetics, stock, crypto, irrespective. So now let's quickly look at, I'm taking gold. And of course, if you want to be profitable, you have to have a specific, especially if you're a scalper, a day trader, an intraday trader. A swing trader can trade too many and trade multiple of instruments because what he's looking for is just a nice setup opportunity. And that's what matters to him. So now let's go. For you being a day trader, okay, or day trader, intraday trader, day trader, intraday, and scalper. So let's look. So to balance your timing, if you want to learn more about time synchronization, and I think there's a need for you to enroll in Plan B Express. But I won't forget telling you, there are so many places for free education. You go to babypips.com, and then you can learn so many things. So look at trading, trade idea, technical analysis, psychology, trading systems, crypto, and all of that. So if you go there now, go to technical analysis, see. So look at gold. Okay, so you can learn virtually everything free. Okay, so most time people get just misconception. I think need to know chart code is testing a multi-month support and all of that. So this person did the analysis. So just want to go through certain analysis of some persons. Right? Look at this person, Hard Chef. Those of you trade currencies, and 20 hours ago, this person did the analysis. If you click on it now, we're going to show you based on the idea of this fellow and all of that. I'm not saying those are the things you're supposed to be looking at, but you learn from some of them. And this was a potential trend, continuation, right? Okay, so this person just wants so much of indicators together and Fibonacci retracement. Now telling you the chances of potential. So giving you this is like kind of trade idea, right? And so you want to learn, you can. You go to, if it's Forex, even trading, see trading psychology, right? So you can take things at trading systems, okay? For building a CDF, news trading and price manipulation, right? How profit make money. And so these are just trading system, okay? So you want to learn crypto, you want to learn Forex. So you see how to learn all of those things. They are available there in your baby pips. So you are not paying anything to learn all of those things. If you click, it says start learning the school of pipsology. So I'm giving us this so that should not be so much stressful for us, as long as we can settle down to read, listen to videos and all of that. So say start the course, right? How to trade Forex. So anyone just looking for foundational knowledge and all of that. So of course you have to sacrifice the time to, you're the one that know what you're looking for, right? To get started, preschool, start course, okay? All of those things. So it's going to require you to register your details so that you can always log in and follow your trading process or your education, sorry. You see what is Forex, yellow, buy and selling currency pair. How do you trade Forex, right? How to make money from trading Forex and all of that. So show you some of those conceptual now, who trade Forex, okay? Margin trading, understand how your margin account works. Okay? So all of these are free, and so you can study from preschool to grade 1, grade 2, to get to more advanced level and all of that. So, but let's look at the market. So how do I trade? So we'll look at gold, for instance. So to balance the equation, you are supposed to look at your market. We'll talk something about order flow. Let me show you. There are two major indicators that will help you to support your decision or help you to confirm, okay? That's what so because you are looking for some confluences. So they are called trend indicator and momentum indicator. All right, so trend indicator and momentum indicator. So these two indicators will help you, but you should not base your judgment on those indicators. So they are very crucial, okay? You don't base your judgment on those indicators. So now, two major indicators I'll say you probably want to add are moving averages and relative strength index, or MACD, any one of your choice. So, but I want to disable it here so that you can see the chart plainly. So first time I'll go to, if I'm both intraday, day, and scalper. So you want to go to 4 hours. Now I'm going to 4 hours. It's very simple. And what do I want to do in 4 hours? 4 hours, 1 hour, I want to look at the order flow. So is the market bearish or bullish? Is that an uptrend or a downtrend? And from the look of things here, this is still a downtrend, but the market is trying to rebalance up because this is a high, and this is a low, this is a high, 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 the most recent high, right? And so up to now, that high has not been broken. But what has happened is that it has created another low, which is higher than this low. But the high, the last high, go look at it, a low, a high, a low. So call this one a high. So, but this high, okay, you can see these are the challenges most beginners face. So this high, right, was what gave birth to this low. So needed to be broken. There are two highs that have not been broken here now. This and this. This is the trend high that gave birth to this low. Has not been broken. And so what I want to do, very simple, I just take note of important areas. And what are the important areas? So you can right click on your screen and then go to your settings because of the strategy I trade. So you go to event, or depending on what you're using window. So you click on session breaks. So you can search for anywhere you see session break, enable it. Look at it. If I disable it now, the line is free. If I enable it, so that to help me see when it was yesterday market. So first you want to do, very simple, that go the strategy, support transistor strategy. You want to mark when was the highest yesterday, where is the highest. This was the highest yesterday. You're right. Okay, so where was the lowest yesterday? Okay, beg your pardon. right? You have to learn how to draw this line. So this was the lowest yesterday. That was the lowest yesterday. Can you see? Now, truly, the market is bearish. We are not yet turned bullish based on 4 hours time frame. We're not yet turned bullish. Yeah. So now what do we do? So I've marked the previous day high and previous day low. Very fantastic. So then I will need to look at other key areas. Right. So this was the lowest. So I mark it out. Right. That's the lowest, the lower low. And so I want to see the high that gave birth to this low, which is this one. So all your activities is within these zones. Okay, so all your activities is within this zone. Yeah, let me extend this one back this way. So all your activities is within this zone here to this point. That's where you are dancing around. So the market was supposed to be crashing. So, but unfortunately, he got here. Yeah. So having created this high and this low, now create this high. Now this low is supposed to take out this, right? Supposed to take out this low to break structure. But it now push back. But upon the pushback, right, it has not been able to break this, so which we have to recognize. Just that it's attached, right? But it's still a point there. Okay. Did it touch at all? All right. So now this high has not been taken, and the market is pushing down. So you now see that you have simplified your trade. So you are within this place as a day trader, as a scalper, as an intraday trader. All right, so now where do you want to go to? Okay, I'll still need to mark some important area. Here we have this here. Now, if you are trading support and resistance, right, there are a few things I always tell us to understand. All right, few things I always tell us to understand. Number one is the price actions and which has to do with candle pattern. Yeah, so number two is liquidity area. So they're very, very important so that when your market get to a point of interest and then sweep a liquidity and taking a return, you don't misunderstood it to be maybe market has not started, all of those things. They're very, very important that you must learn and attend to as prompt as possible. So now let's go. So all these areas you've marked, they are going to form that your support and resistance level or key level when the market gets there. Okay, so let's step down to 1 hour. Of course, there might be some other areas that we didn't take cognizance of or were not obvious in 4 hours, but they are pivot point. Now, do we have such area here now? Now, you can see how neat the job is. We have no such area. Now, this is something you need to pay attention to. Now, look at gold that you have marked because here, let's adjust it a little. So here come yesterday low and yesterday high. You can see how choppy it is. Market, here you are. The lovely thing that should happen to you here in this market is the market to sweep the low of yesterday, which is liquidity sweep, which are more very fantastic. When the market sweep the previous day high or low, it tends to be a strong signal. All right, tend to be a strong signal. So here you go. If it stopped, if it did not, if it sweep it, all right, if it sweep it and it didn't return back to this zone, but rejected. So that's when you want to be looking for a short and targeting this. And this happened to be the previous day low, right? And remember, the previous day high has not been swept. So the previous day low, that's the day before the previous day, has not been swept. So you can see that the market is actually range bound, right? But you know that it's a downtrend because the lowest in this point, this market, the lower low is this. And the guy that gave birth to this lower low is this. So can you see now? You are within a range. So sometimes when people are trading this without recognizing the fact that what market actually are you right now? So if you don't check that, you're going to cause problem for yourself. Now, so we want gold to sweep this liquidity and return back, or break and retest this. You are now selling, targeting this low. You break that, targeting this low. So eventually, if you break this, then the downtrend that was on continue. So it's not yet an uptrend. Okay, so these are the things you need to know. So now let's go to, now as an intraday trader, you're going to look at 15 minutes for an entry. Yeah, you hear me right? 15 minutes for entry. Now, sometimes I go to, you could step down to 30 minutes to check something very, very important that can form your decision of entry. Now, in 30 minutes, are there areas you want to actually mark? There is none. Now, why do I say there is none? These areas does not necessarily mean support and resistance area this time around. This area could be a place of imbalance, which we call fair value gap, but they are just being used interwovenly or interchangeably. For instance, when I was trading gold, why I entered buy for gold here that day was the fact that there was a fair value gap that was lying down here. So do you need any double or second eye to see fair value gap? No. And I'll show you how do I spot a fair value gap, and of course, how do I recognize the one that is valid? Okay, so look at this. Okay. This is fair value gap. Now, fair value gap after the order block. So this is a demand zone. So we now have a fair value gap. All of these are mitigated already and all of that. So when market come here, I expect it to bounce from there. And that's where you wait and go to a lower time frame to find an entry. And it actually happened. And that was what formed the low of that day. Okay, are you getting it now? So that was one of the things. So when you look at it, do we have such, just like we had that here? We had that here too. Okay, also fair value gap. Okay, and then the market actually came up here. Number one, could not even sweep the liquidity up here. Of the old day. That's, so the market came down, and then of course the low will not break this. Remember, this was the previous day. Remember, this is the high that gave birth to this low down here. Okay, so I don't want it to look complicated to you. Here we are. Now you will have find an entry if you come into the market in the morning. And how would that be ordinarily? So, this is 30 minutes now. Perhaps you will have found another important area here. So this is 30 minutes that you are marking another key level. Okay, so another swing low here. You will appreciate all of this line you are drawing when you come to lower time frame. Now the market actually rallied up, failed, and continued going down. Why? Because we're downtrend. Then, because this has been printed now, it's going to help you for another thing thereafter. So I mark it. No, this is 30 minutes, okay? Now, so let's go to 15 minutes for an intraday trader. Here is 15 minutes. Fantastic. So what we're waiting for ordinarily, the best bet of this thing is that this guy to sweep yesterday low. This is not the low. This was the low. So now the question you ask now is, what can I do now? You can do nothing. You cannot do anything. So some said, the market is bearish, so why don't I sell? What formed your decision of selling? Because if you sell anywhere here, this is a falling knife. So the market gets to this point, which can now form here is already like a support, right? So things that happen at the support area because they are liquidity area is that you could have a bounce as a snap, a very fast rejection. You could have a failed sign of weakness. So if it's up to create a lower high, if it's down to create a higher low, or you sweep, that is, you fake out. Once you fake out to break the structure and immediately return back to the zone, then that has created a kind of liquidity sweep. Are you getting it now? So now, but this case, if this market return come down to this point, you have to wait to confirm what happened next. What happened is that it never returned back above this point. Rather, what it did was to create a kind of, what do we call it? So there's a massive push down. So after breaking down to this point, and then it creates a massive continuation down here. So all you need to now wait for is that you want that maybe displacement or whatever, snappy right down. You want it to retest. So at that retesting is now we want to sell. Selling at that point using your stop loss, perhaps above this point, and run the trade down, all of this liquidity will be taken. That's other scenario. So now we're waiting. Nothing has happened. Right now, remember I said using your moving average or RSI. So let's enable RSI. If you look at your RSI too, you will see that your RSI line is below the 50 RSI moving average. Now you are in oversold though, because this is 15-minute time frame. So what you're expecting is that the markets will rally up anytime now. So you are waiting for a buy. But that, nevertheless, that doesn't mean the market cannot crash down, but you are more positive than negative. Now, if we enable your 50 moving average, you are still in a downtrend, which you know is a downtrend. You're only preparing to like go up, but you're in a downtrend. So if you had used your 50 moving average, I'm not saying it should be a factor for you. You will have sold gold from here. You know why? The market actually grabbed this liquidity, rallied up, fake out of the 50 moving average, and of course, come down and went bearish. So that will have been another entry for you anywhere there and stop loss above here. Okay, so Let's go to 5 minutes sometime to see when the market actually changed faster. So you go to 5 minutes, or if you're a scalper too. Now, so as a scalper, I haven't gone to 5 minutes. You see that your 5 minute candle had shown that this like a support already. Why? The candle pattern here. And then, so it's dangerous anyway, because I don't like this type of trade. I want liquidity to be swept so that you can be more comfortable. Quite unfortunate, I will just experiment something for you. Now, if you have seen this candle pattern, but this point to this point are too close, but this is now how we take trade, so that when you see our signal, sometimes if you're on our forum, so at the close of this pin candle, so because just a few minutes to close, so I'm looking to buy after this candle close, which I can look at to buy at a discount of that candle, let's say from the middle of that candle. And your stop loss, I will book it lower a bit because of market may come to grab liquidity. And then 1:2 risk reward. So that means 1:2 risk reward will be over there. So that's one aspect. But still remember that this market is a downtrend, right? It's a downtrend, only trying to pick up because you are still below 50 moving average. So let's experiment. So if I go to, I have an account here that I have not even traded before. I bought it not long. Now, so I have a lot I was handling. So this is account of 100K on, ooh, I saw this trade. So I'm going to look for gold, XAU. So XAU. So to experiment this trade, I'll just take small positions for you to see. Okay. It has wasted my time. So it has already entered. So because the new candle was created already, because of that, we'll just enter. So I'm going to use 0.02 to just experiment for you. So I'm entering at the market price. So confirm. No, I didn't enter on time now. So here you go. Now, so let's look at it. Now, the space, you cannot see trade properly. Okay. So you want to hide this guy. So I make it a full page. You see what I'm doing now? I make it a full page. So as I make it a full page, this is movable. All right, I can move it around. Now, but there's something I now need to do. This is this trade locker, because this prop firm is Trading Mastery. So this trade locker you can use on desktop, you can use on your phone, download the app on your phone. So now let's go quickly. So how do I now put my stop loss and take profit? So I'm going to go to trade panel. Can you see now? So this is trade panel. No, it's other panel. Beg your pardon. Other panel. So here I'll close this guy and then put this guy up here to be able to see what I want to do. So let's drag. So sometime when it's too clumsy, you can drag it down. So I'm going to click on this. Place your cursor, say edit position. So I click it. And then you take up this. So where I said my stop loss, remember what I said about my stop loss? No, we didn't enter on time. But nevertheless, I told you I'm recognizing the yesterday low that needed to be grabbed somewhere here. Okay. That needed to be grabbed. So that means invariably my stop loss, because there are so much liquidity behind that the market can return back to hunt. After all, we're still in a downtrend. Okay, so my stop loss is going to be maybe 3198 or something, or 319, yes, 3198 or something. So my take profit, you're a scalper, you want to follow. So maybe I take it to this high. So now let's go there. So we click on this and then to edit position. So stop loss. So 3198. 3198. Say $27 if we hit stop loss. So take profit 3232, something like that. So 3232, that's $40. And that's not up to 1:2. So let's just say 3234. 44, 3238. 52. So 27. So 3241. Yeah, remember this is not justifiable because this is not a market that has confirmed an uptrend. Right, so let's go this way. So confirm. Now, one of the good thing about this is that, you're a scalper or you're on 5 minutes. So you're always in the market to know what's happening. Probably if the market, especially when the market start moving up and gets stopped or rejected at 50 moving average and all that, the downtrend resume. Because this entry, what makes you to look at, okay, to find an entry was not even because of anything, but because it just bounced on support. If not, if it's even the reversal you're looking for, on 5 minutes, you will have still waited because you want this guy to move, all right, and create a change of character, market structure shift. And so if I go 1 minute, so what I want to see on 1 minute is something like this. That's when you're posing a reversal. So this is the high that created the lowest that you are taking to be a reversal. So ordinarily not strong because this low need to break this high, number one. Need to break this high, number one. And once that high is broken, need a pullback to create a higher low, higher than this, number two. And this one haven't broken this with the body of the candle, not just weak, haven't broken above this one to create a break of structure there. So this guy now have to return down, not just with one candle, whatever. So have to return, okay? So like all this is doing now, you want, okay, so new candle created, so this one. So I haven't done that. When it come down, so to create a low. Now this low may come down here, wherever down here, or even here anywhere, and now move. So its movement have left this one stronger, which makes this one to be a lower low, and the new point created a higher low, and then they move up and break whatever high that this one created here before coming down. So once you break that, that means you have a low, a higher low, a high, a higher high. So presence of two higher high and higher low make the uptrend, make the trend an uptrend a good and stronger or confirmed one, remember? So, but without the structure being broken, you can't confirm that. And that's exactly what I said about that this is still a downtrend. Reason being that the market has not broken the structure. So we're about $2 profit already. And so the market is running as it were. So now, remember, so this is break of structure, all right? So then we want a pullback after that to create a low on that 1 minute I said. Now, when the low is created, okay, for 1 minute, because you want to confirm, so now this coming down probably will come down to an entry or anywhere there. But if it shouldn't break this, if you break this, then it's not valid again. So if it comes down and then go up, also start going up, okay, then you're going to look for an entry, a sniper entry, when this pull back and start correcting up. Find a sniper entry. Then conservatively, when it break down here and go up and break this, not this again, because this has been broken already. So there's a break of structure here. Now break whatever this was stopped from, break it up. That's a new break of structure. Then the market is good to go. Okay, so at that point now, you are now, taking an entry, take your stop loss. So, but sniper entry traders always come to a lower time frame, to the barest minimum, and take an entry before extending it to higher time frame. Okay, so look at it now. So if we go back to 15 minutes, you still see that the guy ordinarily should not all right. So that's the simple way of trading the market. So if we go back to our trade, so if you are doing challenge account, of course, you know that you are not going to be using this. Ordinarily, if it's a setup that's confirmed properly, now this is 100,000 challenge account, right? So you are trading 100,000 challenge account. What should be is this. You go to babypeace.com and go to choose and go to position slice. That's what I use and I recommend for people so that you don't blow your account anyhow. Haven't gotten your analysis right, so you don't just because you are going to do it this way and don't get your analysis right. Now, this account, challenge account, is 10% level 1 and 5% level 2. Now, but what are the restriction or condition given to you? Caution is that you should not trade and have maximum either drawdown or losses up to 10% of the account given to you. So 10% of 100,000 is 10,000. Now, daily drawdown is 5%, which is 5,000. And I say when you are entering a market, you want to use 10% of your daily drawdown. So what's your daily drawdown? 5,000. So you now say 10%. So 10%. Okay. Now your lot size, your stop loss. When you enter the market, you have to know your stop loss. Let's go back to this guy now. Zoom in. Although, this I said I was not comfortable for this though it bounced from a support, but if you had grabbed liquidity, make more sense. So, but let's not disturb ourselves over that. So gold lot size. So let's look at it. Let's go back. Okay, so now let's look at it. What is the pips of the loss? So that's 90 pips. You ask me, Felix, how do you know? This is 96 pips. So gold pips is not like currency pips. So when you see 1 is 10, and you see 2 is 20. When you see 10 is 100. When you see 20 is 200. So this is 96 pips. So let's take it to be 100 pips, right? So let's take it to be 100 pips. So let's go back to the baby pips and say our stop loss is 100 pips. To calculate what should be our lot size, you say you are supposed to use 0.5. Let me tell you why it says that. If you agree to lose at 100 pips, so the total lot size, you should use 0.5. So 0.5 is $5. The dollar implication is $5. So $5 times 5 will give you 500. Because what you have put here as the amount that you can risk, so that even if you go, don't bother. And then it's 500. So that is, so if you don't use up to that, then you may not maximize your risk management. The question now you ask, how do I now use this? Now 0.5. That is to say, instead of using 0.5 at a go, where you probably may not be able to have control or take some profit on a partial loan, you can divide it into 5, 0.1 in 5 places. So what's the advantage of this? The advantage of this is simple. If you take price, so if you, let's say you enter 2-3 position at a go, when the market continues to, you stack in. This entry with little will help you to have position you can close at the target profit 1, target profit 2, all of that. Okay? So that's what it is, and that's how it runs. And then, so amazing, that's the truth. So we have entered the market, we have set our stop loss, we have taken out a profit, we already know how much we're going to lose, all of that. So you don't bother. The only bother you have is that you come back because they say, okay, this market does not look so beautiful, right? You want to see when the market move up to a reasonable level, you want to exit the trade. So there are two different ballgames. Another thing about that, we have a platform. So if you don't know about Capitalxtend, it's going to help you. I remember I gave you about the baby pips. So Capitalxtend is an academy that you have now access to, can see academy training. Okay, so you have beginners, you have advanced, expert, cryptocurrency, all the like. Now, this is a full training. Number 2, you have access to live session. Access to live session. You can set your time zone, right? Language you want, English, right? Okay. So all educators, like this guy, they had it 2 a.m., local time, own local time. Right. This one do 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Okay. Another one will start by 6 a.m. and in that order. Now, one of the things is that these are live mentors. So you'll be mentored by these people following their training, and in their training section, they call out signals you take trade. Next is trade alert. So you have access to crypto alert to, right? You have a sell AV 24 hours ago, and so you sell this, sell that. right? Then you have, so have for Forex, okay, you can see there is a signal, okay, this is about 14 hours ago. Yeah, so this is 14 hours ago. So, okay. Then you have tap to trade. So as soon as the signal is sent, just for you to approve. That's all. All right. So this tap to trade help anyone, you're a busy person, you're a beginner, just for you to approve, and the trade is executed on your account. Then next is the scanner. The scanners help to check now an idea, which you can build on. I always tell people, no matter what scanner is saying, confirm your own trading view. So, but to give you an idea what to expect. So this is our Capetalxtend. So what does it take to be part of it? Very simple. All you need is either you subscribe for monthly, 179, or yearly, 999. Now, apart from all the signals, education, and all of that given to participants, you have been funded with a Pro Firm account. To do monthly, you have been funded $10,000 Pro Firm account. A yearly, being $2,000, $999, and you are giving $200,000 funding. Okay, so these are the things that we always recommend for people to settle down, learn, leverage, and take advantage of all of that. All right, I hope it just makes a lot of sense. So, because now another thing I have is that I'm working partnership with Capitalxtend as a broker. You are anywhere you want to start trading, you've not traded before, okay? And some you have traded, you have blown your account over and again. It's very simple. You join our Capetalxtend through the link on our group. You have privilege apart from all these support services given to you by our Capetalxtend. You are added to my inner strategy. And teaching of this, if you do yearly, give you access to the training that deal with strategy and how to perfect your strategy. Okay, just want to follow the signal, follow the trading. You can register on the Capitalxtend platform, fund your account with a minimum of $200, and this will expire the month of March 2020, the month of May 2025. Right? So just fund your account minimum of $200 and let us see how your detail, and then you'll be added up to the group. So there are a whole lot of other things that we'll have shown to you, but I think this should be enough because it's already lengthful. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day and let's make money. Okay, guys, can you see the pullback I talked about? So the pullback now has happened. Go to 1 minute. So here is the pullback. Remember I told you that it's not comfortable when the low was not grabbed. So you want to pull back here. Right, so here is a pullback. So expect to rally over from here. So, but if it didn't, that failed one. But of course, this high was already taken. Yeah, so now that I told you, so that I come down here, and then and once this one is broken, then make a lot of sense. All right, so that's what it is. So for anyone, so conservative trader, remember I said they will wait this one, and this one is broken. That's why they will enter. So that's how trading is being done. Right? Any other information you need on any stuff, just subscribe on this YouTube channel. Make sure you like and comment. And then, of course, put alerts to yourself, any update information. The other thing we'll be discussing is how you buy into different company stocks, buy into crypto, build your portfolio in cryptos. Like they are quite phenomenal. And we want people to leverage on the opportunity available. Right? So pay attention, take note, review again and again so that you can be in charge. Thank you very much. You want to chat with me on my WhatsApp number, it's +234 470 44998. Take the number again, +234 470 44998. My name is Felix. Let's chat up. Want to be part of our 90 days Forex Trading Challenge? Register on Capitalxtend, fund your account minimum of $200, and then we add you up to the group. Thank you very much. Bye for now.